Some people want to be dog breeders, some people want to be dog owners. In the canine world today, there are so many dogs to choose from, quite a lot. You have dogs like the Siberian Husky that were used to pull sledges in Siberia. You have things like the German Shepherd dog that was brought up as a shepherding dog and then became an all-purpose dog. You have the Caucasian Shepherd and the Kangaus that were dogs used in the mountainous areas to guard flocks and so on. You have the Lhasa Apso that was used by Tibetan monks to be able to guard the temple and alert them. You have the Chihuahua that came from Mexico, that was a toy dog that women love to carry around. So they are very different dogs for different purposes. And all these dogs come in different categories. You have the small breeds, you have the medium breeds, and then you have the large breeds. There's also a further subdivision of this. You have the working dogs and you have the show dogs. So in all these, there's so many varieties to choose from, whether it's the Boerboel, whether it's the Rottweiler, whether it's the Akita, whether it's the Doberman. There are so many different breeds to choose from. But the major question is, why do you want a dog? First and foremost, you must know why you want a dog. Because knowing why you want a dog will help you determine what type of dog to get. So why do you want a dog? So first and foremost, you must know why you want a dog. Do you want a dog because you think your friend is breeding dogs and he's doing very well breeding dogs? Or do you just want a dog as a companion dog and then later your friends can get dogs from you? So it's important to know why you want a dog. If you can understand why you want the dog, then you begin to choose which dog that you want to get. Because then choosing a dog means you have to do a bit of research into the dog, into the bloodlines, into the history of the dogs to know that this dog is actually the dog you want and that is the dog you can handle. Thirdly, you need to look at your lifestyle. When you have chosen the dog, you've researched the dog. If it's a dog that requires a lot of energy and a lot of time and a lot of effort, you need to know, do you have that space to be able to manage that kind of thing? If you have a litter, do you have the space to be able to manage a litter? Do you know enough about puppies? Do you know enough about feeding puppies to be able to manage those kind of things? So once you look at that, you can now begin to narrow down into how are you going to go about it. And how to go about it. Get in touch with somebody who is a known breeder. You can get mentorship from that person. That person can tell you what experiences they've had in such managing such dogs or such breeds of dogs. Or you can join a kennel club or get people who know the breed very well. If you're in a place where there are breed clubs, you can join the breed club. If you're places where there are kennel clubs and there are different breeds of dogs, you join there, you get a lot of information there. You have to do your own personal research to balance all the information you get and learn. There are experts in various breeds. So if you're deciding on a breed, look for the experts. So when you get to the experts, then you would have had an amalgam of information concerning what you want to do, which dog you are. Now, do you have the time? Because time is a very big thing when it has to do with dogs. When we talk about time, we are talking about time for caring, time for feeding, time for training, time for exercising, even time for you to spend time and bond with the dog. So there's a lot of time you require. So if you're in a lifestyle that doesn't give you enough time, then you need to decide which kind of dog that you need to have and which kind of dog you need to breed. So it's not just putting a male and female dog together and having puppies. Puppies are born, they can be stillborn, they can come early, they can come with issues, they can come and the female is not lactating. So you need to know that you need to have time to do that. Wake up early, attend to those puppies, clean up the puppy mess, clean up the female, treat her very well. You must be in touch with your vet. You must have time to call your vet. I'm having this issue, I'm having that issue. I need this assistance, I need that assistance. You must have time to talk to your mentors or to talk to your kennel club to say, who can help me in this? Who can you refer me to do this? So being a good breeder requires not just the knowledge, but the effort, and the finances that also get involved in this. Because for all these stages, you want to have a good dog, you want to have a successful litter, and you want to be able to say you have produced a good litter that people will be proud of when they take from you. All this requires time. So do you have that time? The time starts from your research, your knowledge, your time devotion, your lifestyle. Do you have time to build a proper kennel to kennel the dog? You have time to make sure that the dog has adequate nutrition. Do you have time to make sure that the dog gets to the vet when it's supposed to get to the vet and gets all those things done? So this is what you need to be a successful breeder and a successful dog owner. I wish you luck in your breeding career.